Good evening. Welcome to the Pearl Report. I'm Diana Lin. Technology is changing the way people meet, especially when it comes to dating. Nearly 1/3 of today's relationships begin online. Producer Melissa Gecolea looks at how technology is altering dating habits and the rewards and pitfalls of courting in cyberspace.
Online dating can have us to see more samples to compare.
For the operator, it's fantastic. Internet dating, the website, is a business
worth billions of dollars globally, with hundreds of millions of end users.
But for the end user, is it really fantastic? I only need one husband. Why do you give me 45 million?
I know a guy, a banker, met a girl on Tinder, 6 months later, married.
Dating has moved to text.
Men tend to lie about their height. Women tend to lie about their weight.
Everybody photoshops their picture, right?
With mobile dating apps, with online dating platforms, it's starting to become a norm to actually use a third party to help you find love.
Winnie started using both dating websites and mobile apps almost 3 years ago.
I studied in a female school. Then when I went to work, there is very little chance for me to have a platform to know other male friends. So I finally joined service like online dating.
Initially, she went for free websites and apps.
I have some not so good experience about the past. They can lie to you that maybe they are 40 years old, they told you that they are 35, because there is no one to verify. So it's not safe to me.
It is initially easier to lie, but then what is it that you're looking for in online dating? Men tend to lie about height, usually within 2 inches. They also lie about income. Women tend to lie about their weight or their body type.
If I'm a scammer, chances are I would go for free sites more than going for paid sites.
Paid websites usually offer various packages.
A 2 months membership, so it would give them 2 months of unlimited dates. The range of the membership fee is between 2,000 to 5,000 Hong Kong dollar.
Online matchmaking sites and mobile apps are now a $1.6 billion industry worldwide. Mainland China, for instance, has 200 million users. Last January, Winnie switched to a paid dating site.
It's more secure as they will verify all the your IDs, your names, education levels, and then of course your gender.
We actually do phone screening, and we also will ask them to send in certain documentations to verify.
So if you provide information like your occupation, and they verify and check it, so there will be a certified icon next to it. So the more certified icon that guy has, the more safe. They ask us to take a survey before becoming a member because this helps them to match us in the computer. They perform some first round screening, screen out all the guys that don't suit you and which type of guys they suit you. I would like my person to be a non-smoker, not addicted to alcohol, just some casual drinking, and then healthy lifestyles, and maybe have similar hobbies with me, like watching movies, hiking, cooking, or watching television. Not overspend all his money.
Frugality and honesty are also traits William Choi looks for in a partner. He has been using online dating sites for about 5 years.
I did not have the courage to date a real lady in person. Very busy at work, and I do not have time to date a lady. That's why I try to find a website to do for me. Save a lot of time and trouble. I spent quite a very long time to fill in my hobbies because I expect that when the business prospect looking at my profile, they will pay much more attention in my hobbies.
Among them, acting as an extra on TV shows.
I myself is an artistic person. I'm looking for somebody who is good at dancing, good at writing, or with the music. Just looking for someone who is similar to my personality.
Over a year ago, Will joined the same site as Winnie.
I separated with my ex-girlfriend, and that's why I feel lonely, and then I joined this website. And it's good that the system can have unlimited access. You can date as many as possible.
From there, you can choose who you'd like to communicate with. Once we both decide to meet up, a dating consultant will actually arrange the match for us offline.
Winnie and William, both aged 31, chose each other. They had their first date last February.
When I first saw him, he was even fatter than his profile picture. And he told me that he asked someone to edit a bit after his first down in the profile picture. So it's like, well, someone is so big.
After dating her, and I set myself a target to reduce range, and I need to say bye-bye to my olive wood.
That first date lasted 3 hours.
I cannot finish the spaghetti. I was too full because I kept on talking. On travel, dancing, experience, past, and sharing on my views, and then he also shared what his hobbies and his values.
For everyone in the first date, they must be showing their best to the others, right? But when they're going back home, this is a traveling period. I can know the real person, and that's why I will make my decision. I have a very good feeling with Winnie after the first match.
Winnie and Will are both in the finance industry. She's an accountant, he an auditor, earning at the time only half of what she was making.
After 3 to 4 days, I finally determined my mind to tell her directly that my salary is a lot lower than her. And I expected that she would go away. But thanks God, she still accepts me. 錫晒你。係。即係諗翻起我哋呢一段經歷都呢個關係都幾多波折啦。譬如咧，我哋都試過離離合合啦，都試過嗌交好多嘢咯。你離離合就唔知邊度同你離過啫？即係嗰啲叫做點講冷戰過啦。
After 10 months of dating exclusively, Will surprised Winnie.
I was working in the office. Suddenly there is a bunch of roses. After work, I hang out with him, and his look was completely surprising me because it's like very charming, making his hairstyle and then wear contact lens. We had Western food for dinner, and then he proposed to me at the harborside in Qingdashui. Kneel down and give me the diamond ring.
Ladies just want to have marriage as their ultimate goal, right? They do not just want to go together. That's why I proposed to her.
Winnie and William have set their wedding date for May next year.
有每隻星星俾我。
天上嘅月亮星星都俾我請落嚟。
A global survey has found 27% of couples today met each other online.
Finding somebody in a bar or even through friends is much less likely than on media nowadays. And even people who have gotten married, when accounting for length of relationship, report higher marital happiness if they met online. Part of that is because they've gotten to pick from a lot more people.
Mei Ling Ng, a writer and traditional matchmaker, notes one online dating site has 90 million members.
Let's assume 50% are men, 50% were women, so you still have 45 million men. Divided by age group or whatever, you're still looking at maybe roughly 25,000 a day, divided by 365 days.
On matchmaking mobile apps, users can swipe through pictures of other users.
Let's say you have very swifty fingers and you can swipe a lot during the day. How do you cover 25,000 guys and pick your right Mr. Right?
As a business,
the more the merrier. Let's assume I only charge you $1. 90 million, I have $90 million.
People also look for mates via online social networks. A global study showed 75% of millennials, those born between 1980 and 2000, have a profile of at least one social network, most of which also have mobile apps, and 80% of millennials sleep with their phones. Cecilia Ng, a youth counselor, notes young people are more comfortable communicating online.
When they need to have face-to-face direct contact with people, they have difficulties to express themselves or have difficulty to know how to behave good in front of people. But they are very articulative when they in the online world.
But they are also most vulnerable to online cheats.
We have a case. She met a man online, and the man asked her to give him sexy photos, and the man blackmailed her. If you don't send me this kind of photo again, I will post your photos in the forum. The girls become very anxious and frightened, and she called us for help.
Another common issue:
a girl meet a boy in the social media app, and then they become friends. The boy invites the girl to meet outside and then have sexual relationship. Afterward, the girl can contact the boy again. We find this is a deception case. Sometimes they tell lies about their age or about their background.
My advice to young people who are engaging in online relationship: meet the person as quickly as possible, and do not believe everything you read.
It's also important to not keep the conversation online for too long. Take it offline as soon as possible. The fastest way to know whether it's real or not real is to meet in person.
Up next, singles in Hong Kong navigate the world of mobile dating apps.
They want immediate gratification. And, if you can't find it in miles payoff, you can find it in your back pocket in your phone.
It can be a bit awkward, I feel, if you're out with someone and then you just start getting messages from someone else.
I meet a lot of weirdos, but at the end of the day, it's pretty funny. I had a good time.
More on that when the Pearl Report continues.
Welcome back to the Pearl Report. More than 90 million people worldwide are using mobile dating apps. Hong Kong has a cell phone penetration rate of 230%, and more than 1/3 of Hong Kongers say they're too busy to look for love. Can a mobile matchmaker expedite your search for a mate?
I just moved here from Shanghai, so I haven't established my social group yet. So I kind of do rely on Tinder, OkCupid, just to meet people.
Tiffany is 27. She works in public relations. She uses this app, which links to Facebook and allows you to upload your photos and write a short description of yourself. It uses GPS and searches potential mates in your preferred age range and proximity. If you don't like a profile, you swipe left. Like it, swipe right. If they like you back or match you, you can then start a conversation.
One, it's fun. It's easy. It's a swipe left, right, left. It's almost like a game. What I dislike about it is that it's emotionally really tedious. It's a witty intro, or it's just hard to keep that banter, especially if there's no profile, nothing to really grasp upon.
Surveys show men are 3 times more inclined to like women's profiles than women like men's profiles.
We very much prioritize looks, and women are more shallow than men. Women are much pickier. We are very much more specific in what we are looking for as women.
I love a good quirky beard, like a nice this or this. No suits. swipe left for suits. There's so many suits. No Ferraris, no cars, I get it. I know you're rich, that's why you're here.
Tiffany's been on 3 dates via this app.
I don't really like it.
Why not?
I just don't care for that selection. Not attractive.
What are you looking for?
Better attractive looking people.
Those using location-based apps log an average 11 times a day. Conversations migrate from dating apps to chat apps such as WeChat or WhatsApp. But the crunch is in the face-to-face meetup.
I've met guys, and when I'm texting, they're so expressive. Because of emoticons, it allows for a wider range of emotions, and especially for guys, and then in person it's like, hey, what's up? I'm just looking for good conversations and some kind of chemistry. I love going to art museums because it helps me find out, what, is this guy smart? Does he have opinions? What's his thoughts on life? Like, it allows for conversation. It gets a better understanding of who they are.
There's always a risk to online acquaintance.
I always text my roommates, let them know I'm heading out. They always know. If I don't come back, they'll just call the cops.
Statistically, women fear that they will meet a serial killer. We've always been taught not to talk to strangers. On the other hand, men fear that they will meet somebody fat.
And often it's hard to tell from photos and profiles.
This one guy was shorter and fatter. And then it's the crazies. So you meet them and you realize that they're short, they have insecurity problems, and they're broken by their jobs. It's not, I wouldn't say a lie, but it's this front. It's this mask they put on.
Tiffany says she tries to have an accurate profile.
I chose these quirky photos. I wrote a very specific, very Tiffany-esque bio profile about me, so that when you do swipe right, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know who I am.
Via a mobile dating app, Tiffany recently met Thomas, a 24-year-old who works in real estate.
He's cute. There's good banter.
Thomas recently moved from Australia back to Hong Kong. He has been using dating apps for about a year.
It's a bit difficult to kind of find the time to go out.
A survey has shown more than 1/3 of the people in Hong Kong are too busy to fall in love.
You have to go introduce yourselves to a lot of people and then you don't know. This way you can kind of pre-screen people, and if it doesn't seem like it's going well, you can just stop talking to them and just move on. The nice thing is you don't talk to them unless they want to talk to you as well.
He says in 3 or 4 lines of app chat, he'll know if he wants to continue a conversation.
You add them on Facebook if it seems to be going somewhere, and that kind of gives you a way to stalk and look through, what they really look like, or what they really do, or what they really are, who they say they are.
For Thomas, the face-to-face is the deciding factor.
When you have the option of, replying someone in text, you have a bit of time to think about what you write. Some people are terrible at texting, but great conversationalists in person.
Thomas says before meeting Tiffany, he's had 5 dates from apps and 1 he approached in person since he's been in Hong Kong.
I'm going to Sydney. Confirmed.
What's the date? A place I have to give you the name of in Sydney. Zage. So good. They have loads of awards and shit.
Is shopping good?
Shopping? I don't know. I don't really do shopping much.
I eat new clothes so badly.
So much more expensive though. Everything in Australia is 30% more. The same thing as here.
Tiffany and Thomas have gone on several dates.
We talk via text and just casually keeping up to date with what we're doing. I'm not looking for something serious, but if someone comes along that I want to be serious with, I will take it further.
Using this app, I've matched with Dustin, another app user who runs pub crawls in Hong Kong, and it shows he's in the vicinity. So I'm gonna go meet him. Are you Dustin?
I am. You must be Melissa.
Yes, I am. Nice to meet you. Dustin Charla hasn't been in a steady relationship with a girl for 7 years.
Looking for compatibilities on as many fronts as possible. If that works out, then great. Then something serious should emerge.
In 2013, he started using the mobile app Scout.
You just scroll through the photos of people, and then you just start chatting with them direct. It came to be more of a casual hookup kind of thing. Recently, I've migrated to Tinder.
The app has 50 million users.
There's enough fish in the sea that you can play more the personality match. The first reason I'll talk to you is that you look good. Good enough. And then the next thing is, now do we match psychologically?
A global study has found millennials, like 31-year-old Dustin, account for 70% of dating app users.
It's changed everything. It heightens my confidence. I think it makes it more genuine. Like, it makes things a lot easier. Because the rejection levels have been getting really intense the last 10 years. Girls are just fed up of talking to drunk guys.
Dustin, an entrepreneur, came to Hong Kong from Canada 7 years ago.
I know guys who say yes to everyone, because they'll take what they can get and then sift through the chat. You just WhatsApp blast 20 girls the same message, and then respond to those that were basically willing and able that night.
Men tend to message significantly more than women. So women get inundated with tons of messages every day, so they rarely respond to all of them. If it looks like it's been a spam that, at 3 a.m. to 100 different women, then you're probably not going to be as lucky to get a response.
You have to sort of make yourself stand out in the normal Tinder conversation. Then it escalates to like a WhatsApp conversation. Then after that, it's like, can we do a physical date?
That's when you find out if your match resembles the online profile.
They put in photos that were 3 years ago when I was 10 pounds lighter. People accept that there is some kind of misrepresentation on your profile, and it's okay. Now, it is not okay in an offline relationship.
They're all good at Photoshop. So the photos are misleading. Sometimes the photos aren't even the real person. You almost have to do like your due diligence.
On a social networking site.
You may not be friends with the person you matched with. Then you take their first name, cross-reference on their friend list, then go in. If they didn't hide their photos, boom, then you can now look in their photo.
Dustin says his due diligence doesn't always work.
I always have a drink with him and tell him, like, look, I'm sorry, you really aren't the kind of person that you said you look like.
Dustin says he'd like a more serious relationship.
I try to be a little more serious about it, try to, like really lay it all out there in the profile. And I got nothing, like no bites, like zilch. Like I maybe had 3 dates, and even that was sort of like awkward.
Dustin's date that night didn't show up.
She's still caught in the office. She offered actually to come out for like 5 minutes, said, well, is that really a date? So I said, again, try again, nominate a day, we play it from there.
A global survey shows 2/3 of the 91 million people using mobile dating apps are men.
It's always been a girl's market anyway. This way, it sort of gives us more chance, and rarely does it really work out. I think until if I get fed up enough with the app, I'll resort back to the old brick and mortar, meet in person kind of deal. I'm relatively confident. I mean, these days, as long as your expectations are low, just make sure we're not too passive that nobody takes the first step.
Well, thank you for watching our show. It will be re-aired on Monday and Saturday, as well as on tvb.com. Until next time, from the Pearl Report team, good night, good luck, and good health.